Well guys, welcome. And we have made an absolute fortune selling those pallets that you probably saw on the last video. Jokes, because they're still all here. Every single last bloody one of them. Oh shit. And I nearly fell over. Yes, that's right, I completely lied, because every item is still here and not moved one bit. And that's why you haven't seen a video from me, because things haven't moved in the slightest. I had a guy, and then I didn't have a guy. And then I advertised for a guy, and I haven't found a guy. So, and I'm gonna say guy, I use guys as in male and female. I'm not sexist, so yes, the search goes on for somebody to do this, take over this, and it's really frustrating, but that is life, because you know what, seemingly I think far too many people have got used to that furlough money and don't want to leave the job that they're in at the moment, or just don't want to get back into employment. Because one, and I could moan about this all day long, is one offshoot from all this COVID stuff, and you may say I'm wrong, but it's only my opinion, is the fact that there's not a lot of people out there that want to work, that are actually any good. Yes, it's like everybody's had a flavour of benefits and nobody wants to get back into it. Now, I generalise, and I know that isn't true for a good chunk of the portion of the population, and a lot of people have gone back to work, as have we, if not worked through it. But there's employing decent people has always been an issue, but is an even bigger issue now. And I have actually spoken to a few other people in different sectors, and they are saying the same thing. And it is absolutely frustrating, because I thought that I'd never have a problem giving people money. Yes, it's in exchange for their quality of workmanship. Not that you need much workmanship on this sort of things, just a little bit of diligence and common sense. But yes, the employment market is definitely frozen. Now, I don't know if it's people just don't want to leave the roles they're in at the moment, because they're getting furlough, and if they move to a new employer, then and it all goes a bit wrong again, they won't get furlough. But again, at the end of the day, I'm hiring people for, well, you know, for the long term. Well, saying that, the job advert I put out for this is a 3-month contract, but it's built on the fact that I want to push this out for long term. It just protects me a little bit, instead of hiring somebody full time, and this not actually picking up enough. So, it's frustrating, and I'm still sat on £5,000 worth of money. Now, there has been some absolute gems that we have uncovered during the spare moments that we have had, such as, you know, we have been picking out some of the pallets and some of the goods that we've had. In fact, there's some of the lacy drives and some of the NAS drives that have been enormous large terabyte hard drives. Now, interestingly, we pulled the drives out of them, the brand spanking new drives, but the actual NAS container, the actual hard drive container, there must be a power problem in there somewhere. So it's been returned because it doesn't power on, but the actual hard drive is absolutely mega. So we've had like 6, 10, 12 terabyte hard drives that we pulled out that are worth an awful lot of money, because the price of hard drives are going up, because proof of space mining, like my Cheer miner server over there, is a thing. And although the crypto market is barreling down at the moment, that tends to be when the people that buy crypto buy low, sell high. So when people are panicking, we're buying. So the price of those is going down. But I mean, this is the pallet that we have been assembling. These are a few of the items that we have actually sorted and are about to list on eBay. Now, for instance, that Sony memory card is a professional 128 gigabyte memory card. Now, sure enough, that is brand spanking new, still fully sealed. Still, I'm assuming it was probably ordered out by mistake. That's about between £250 and £400 worth of professional memory card. So that's pretty good. And there's lots of other things that we have sorted out. This monitor that I mentioned before. But yeah, I mean, there's probably only about a dozen or so items that we have actually managed to sort out, and a lot of stuff there. And we did unwrap this pallet, and it is full of golden goodness. Loads of these smartphones, like Blackview well, they're like smartphones. There are no ruggedized smartphones, Android smartphones. There's loads of these in there. Loads of these rip-off Apple Watch fitness tracker things. Colour, Coca-Cola. Pens. Someone's returned pens. Ink cartridges galore. So essentially, there you go. Smartwatch, wristband, smartwatches, OnePlus earphones, car vacuum cleaner. What? There's quite a few routers. Some really high-end routers in there as well. Wristband, smartwatch. Let's have a look inside one of these. There you go. Not entirely sure what's wrong with that. But yeah, so quite a few. There's just, yeah, I mean, we've got some pallets that are sizable, like really big box items that aren't worth a great deal. And then we uncovered this pallet, which is absolutely full of lots of different little items. Wi-Fi routers, another smartphone. Let's get one of those out. This is said smartphone. Quality Apple-esque packaging. Now this, to be perfectly honest, this absolutely honks of lithium-ion battery leakage, which could be the problem. But then if that's the problem, it's going to be easy fixed. The only reason I know that is because you get those sort of issues with the Apple handsets that you deal with all day. Well, it's got a screen guard on. It's fairly well scratched. It's been used. Feels like a bit like a Huawei. It does smell like the battery's probably seen better days. But then we can take apart those and change batteries in all day long. It's quite a sturdy phone by the feel of it. Yeah, so there's all manner of things in here, but I think my primary concern, pens, my primary concern is just finding someone to take over doing this. Well, not take over doing this, but doing it with me. Another smartphone. So that I can crack on. But yeah, today's problem, like I said, I never thought I'd actually struggle to give people money, but it just seems to be the case. My crypto miners are still running fine. My Chia miner is still farming, but nothing's come through for that. But as I said, the crypto market is tanking right now, but I'm in, and I'm in for the long term, so I'm not going to be too worried about that one. So guys, yes, there's not been a lot of videos. However, there's been some fantastic news that I'm not allowed to talk about right now, coming up soon. So hopefully when all that comes off, that's going to be fascinating for the channel, and I will keep you guys updated with that. So yeah, there has been a few things, a few moving and shaking, but I desperately want to just get this lot out the door. And well, one thing I did realise, one little thing that will help, is the fact that, and now this seems really dumb, and I'm surprised I didn't pick this up before, but I was watching a documentary on Amazon returns, and it was on BBC or something. I don't know what it was on. It's on TV, and I was watching it. And when we get returns, this, basically they get returns, but they attach a label on every single one, and I went, oh, LPN labels. And they were like, yeah, we put a label when it comes in, we check to make sure that it is what it says it is when it comes in, and it's not a brick in a box. We put an LPN label on, and then we bosh it in a pallet. And I was like, oh, LPN labels. So the first thing I did when I came in the next day is, have mine all got LPN labels? And sure enough, they did. And I thought, surely, maybe this can't be this straightforward. I looked on the Excel sheet that I get, the manifest that I get when I download, and there is, sure enough, in all of the columns, there's dozens of columns all the way along, lots of numbers and letters, there was an LPN column. So I bleeped that with a barcode reader, and sure enough, that very object came up on the Excel sheet. So no longer do I have to search through like the Power Shred 3000s in my Excel sheet, and there's about 40 of them, and then have to figure out which one's which. I can zap the LPN label, it takes me straight to that line, which means it makes life easier for us, for the chap who lists this stuff, and for them being able to sell it on eBay, and then put the calculations back into the Excel sheet of what we sell them for, so we can work out what percentages are of retail versus what they actually sell for. So actually, this is an absolute game changer for us. It's probably been there all along, I just haven't realised it. So yeah, it means I can match every single item absolutely, not just to the say for instance, that, like I said, in the inventory that you get, you may have 40 of these. I can actually match this exact item to the exact line. And also those lines, they may be returned for different things. I'll be able to know what that's returned for, which helps in the long run. So fascinating, a little bit of an insight there. And yeah, as every day's a school day, and all those cliches. Later, it meant that I can, when I do get this lot starting to process, it means I can process them a hell of a lot better. I'm Neil, I'm back on the channel, I'm back trying to find someone to do this, and hopefully with more videos very soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ding!